Hi guys. I did GCSE art and I finally got all my stuff back from it. So I wanted to show you everything I got because I got a grade 9 which is A star salt, which is like the highest level. So I wanted to show you like how much work I did and like what I did to get like the highest level and stuff. I'm not saying you have to do this much because apparently I had no life and I just did art, but that's fine. Anyway, also don't judge my art because like I've gotten better. That was like lockdown me and like last year me. But anyway, I'm going to show you everything I did and hopefully it could help you if you're thinking about doing GCSE art or you're currently doing it. So yeah, these are the clay pieces I did. This was for the shoe or bag project. This is the Kanken bag that I just made out of clay. So that was the first clay that I did. And then you saw that I went on to like further developing my, I don't know, clay skills or whatever. So here I did like a tower of koi fish, and as you saw, that like linked to my theme of, at the time, koi fish. So I would really suggest doing a second piece though, because that's where you're going to get the extra marks. This is what everyone has to do, and that is going the extra mile and doing more stuff. So I'd really suggest doing another clay piece. So as you probably know, for GCSE art, you get one of these big A3 books like this, it's a course that goes on for 2 years and you have to fill the entire thing by the end of the year. And that sounds like a lot. Honestly, it isn't. Most schools give you like a little A4 book as well. It's mainly just if you finished everything, like all of the pages in your A3 one. And then also you have to fill these little A5 books. I don't have it currently with me. I'll have it when I like finish filming this video. But you have to like fill like a little A5 sketchbook. It's just like to show progress and like show ideas and stuff. I think I filled 3 of them, I think, because I just like kind of every time I had a little idea of something I might want to do, I kind of just drew it in there. So that's why I did that. But I'll show you everything in my sketchbook now. Okay, so let's start with going through like the A3 book. Now, I know everyone says it, but please get a hard cover for the front of your book. I didn't. Biggest mistake of my life. It is extremely annoying to deal with. So let's just go and open this up. So these first 2 pages it was from a project like the year summer leading up to GCSE. So it was like the year 9 summer, I think. You have to do like some photography work. So you had to take, I think it was have to take three natural photographs of just like the nature and stuff, and you have to like write about them. Here, I don't know if this is nature as well. I'm not gonna lie, I think I just like the photo. But make sure you do a background as well, because white space is very bad in these books. Then the next page so this is just like the scheme of what I had to do that year. I'll put it on the screen so you can stop it if you want to know what you have to do. And then this was also the second task we had to do in the summer leading up to GCSE year. It was the same type of thing as the photography. You have to do 3 different natural like drawings or paintings. This seashell is done with biro, this flower is done with watercolour, and this mushroom is done with pencil, I think. And you just have to write a little bit about all of them. Not much, just remember to fill all the space if you can. Then here are more photos again. So here's a mechanical one, there's a mechanical one there, mechanical one there. These are natural ones. I don't know what the cupcake's for. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what the cupcake's for. But then here again, yeah. So I did 3 mechanical drawings. So I did, this was in biro, this was in pencil, then this was in watercolour, I think. And just a little paragraph about all of them. Moving on, I think this was an extension of my summer work when I came back. So it was just further like developing the ideas of doing mechanical things in different like mediums and stuff, and like materials. So this is watercolour on like a white background. And this is black card done with white pen, which just shows a really nice contrast in your book, which is really good. The moderators really like that. Another task for the summer leading up to GCSE year was just to like do some artist research of what artists you really like. And I'm sorry if I say this name wrong, but I am in love with the Tokyo Wave. I have so much Tokyo Wave stuff. I have a tote bag, I have a t-shirt, I have like a pencil case, I have a mural on my wall. So this is Hokushai's Tokyo painting. It's the Great Wall of Kanagawa. I'm not even going to say that, I'm going to make everyone upset. But, so, yeah, you just, like, write a little bit about, like, your favourite art piece and your favourite artist and stuff like that. Just so then the teacher gets to know you. Because at this point, like, you probably haven't met your art teacher. So that just helps them get to know you a bit. Then, oh yes, here we go. Here is development of that, just artist research again. And again, I did the 2 different contrasts of colours. I did the blue, and then I did the more monochrome one. And then after that, this was the first task they get you to do in GCSE year. It's definitely, you know, it's so much fun, you know. So they just get you to try different patterns with pen work, and then this is just shading with different pencils. This is cross hatching with different pencils. And this is cross hatching with different pens. And then here they just got you to do some 3D work, just like working on shading and stuff. Normally put like a box on one of your tables and you get a little light up and stuff. And then I think this is just different patterns with ink and stuff going off to this stuff up here. So it's just like the stuff that, you know, everyone has to do. Which way am I going in my book? I'm so confused. This way, there we go. Ugh. Okay, so we had to, in our first topic was like shading, was like human bodies and stuff. So here are the photos I was referring to when you put like light on the table and stuff to get like a nice thing like that. So this was a mannequin, and we had to draw from the mannequin. We have the mask over because, you know, COVID year and stuff. And then this was my first outcome. It was just like a pencil shading drawing. And this was like, because this was like the first outcome, this links to how we were looking at like light perception, and we were talking about shading as well before in our like book before this. So this was our first like kind of like final outcome that shows you slightly, like shows your ability as an artist. This book is extremely heavy. Okay, and then we kept going along this theme for a while. We tried the same thing, but this was with like an ink pen, I think. So it's just trying to get different like stippling and cross-hatching in here, different like art like abilities. You just got to write like a little thing down there as well to like tell everyone what you did. And then I think this was the final thing we did for this, maybe not. But again, we did the same thing. It had a bit more stuff going on. This was with acrylic paint. So this was just, we were starting to use acrylic paint now because we hadn't done it before this. So this was just working on shading and everything like that. I think, was that the last thing? I can't remember. That wasn't the last thing. The last thing was we had to do artist research for a person who basically just did art in this style, the style we'd been doing before. And then we just had to copy a bit of their work. Then, that was the first half term. So that was the first like term. That was the first term of GCSE art. So this was my half term project. We had to start working on our own still life. So I took loads of different reference photos that I might use. Make sure you take a lot of different photos from different angles. Because even if you know, this was the first photo I took, I think, and I ended up using it, but they love to see like the journey of how your photo has gotten to like the last one. And again, just write like a little paragraph about it. You don't have to write much. And then here was my final outcome for that. It's not the best. I'm not gonna pretend it's amazing because it's not. But this was the first time that we'd been able to pick what we wanted to do, because before this, with the when we were looking at mannequins and stuff, we were told to do that. That was like set for us. But this was like our first thing that they kind of sent us away, and they're like, you can do whatever you want. And so yeah, this is really good. It helps to show just your skill level, really. That is just the page before it. I don't understand how my book works. No, hang on. I don't understand how this book works. It's fine. We'll move on. It's alright. Anyway, here is another outcome from half term. It's just basically another when you take photos of something, and I did this in a different medium. I did this with an ink pen instead of, I think the last one was acrylic paint. So it's again just showing more stuff. Then this is when we went back. We did a colour wheel and we did like a colour chart. Doing black like backgrounds with white pen over it, moderators really like that because that's shown instead of just writing on like the paper. You put like a lot of effort into how you present your book. I really like how this page looks. And yeah, you have to do it and just try and make it look as like unique as possible because everyone does have to do it. Then we went into doing more artist research. This is continuing on with the Still Life project. So we looked at Tom Brown and we copied some of his artwork. Mine isn't the best, but I do really like these pages to see how everything's laid out and stuff. I tried my best. This isn't really my area of expertise, I guess, in art, but yeah, you just have to write like a little bit about him, about the artist, and a bit about your piece. Then again, I continue to do more about him. So this was another one of his drawings. It was the avocado one. I decided to make a bit bigger one this time because all my ones been quite small, and I really like this one down here. It looks quite similar, I think, which is good because we're supposed to be copying his work. So, and also, oh, that reminded me, swatches. Do swatches of your paint or ink or anything. They love swatches to see like what colours you, like raw colours you used. Then we moved on to another artist, Lisa Ober. I was not as good with this as I was with the other one because she works heavily like on glass and reflection. So this is a painting. It doesn't look like a painting. It is. So I tried to copy it. Didn't really work out, but I still gave it a go. You still have to try because even if you think it's bad, then you might always be able to come back to it later on. I came back to it again and did more stuff like this. They slowly get better, and improvement is what they want to see. They want to see you starting off not the best and then improving over time. Then here is another more still life project. So again, I just took photos of my desk, many different photos, different lightings, wrote a little paragraph about them, and then I started to do a little outcome of what my outcome might look like. Again, swatches here, more photos, more writing about what my final one's going to look like. Oh my goodness, this book is very big. And then again, I continued to do that. I just did it in different colors and stuff, just to show experimentation. That's the word, to show experimentation with what you might want stuff to look like. Oh my goodness, that is pencil. Then I think this was our first mini outcome, I guess. It looks interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. It definitely doesn't look the best, but it's fine because it's a different medium, and I hadn't worked with like just pencil in a while, so that's why it looked good. Then let me flip it over. Then again, oh my goodness, this is more practice for our final still life. I went back to the thing before with the skateboard that I'd already done, and then if you remember, I did like a Vans shoe on the wall. So this is going back to the skateboard and the shoe, just bringing them together and stuff like that. More colour swatches and stuff. A dream smile for some unknown reason. And then just a little paragraph about it. And then here is an outcome for it. I really like this actually. I spent ages on this. I remember I spent a long time on this. But I really worked hard to try and get the colours looking nice and stuff, and try to get them as true to it as possible. I think it worked pretty well, but that's just another outcome. And then finally, we're moving on to our final still life. This project went on for a while. I think this was nearly the entire thing. You just got to write a lot about what still life is, what you plan to do. If you see down here, it's my actual thing. I'll show it now. So this was my actual project I did for it. It turned out pretty well, I think. It wasn't the worst. Could have been better, but it's always room for improvement. This is the bigger version of it, just in my book, but I had to cut out some of the stuff, which was quite upsetting, but it's fine. So yeah, that was just an acrylic paint piece, and it went pretty well, I think. Then this is the next project, which is the bag project. Now, like I said, which is the bag project. Now, this is a mandatory project as well, but you can choose, most schools let you choose between a bag and a shoe. I wanted to do a bag because everyone was doing a shoe, so I was like, I want to be quirky, you know. But this was my bag. I just started to sketch out like the bag in pencil and stuff. And then here is the step-by-step of how I made it in clay, because moderators love step-by-steps. They really love it. Here is more step-by-steps showing the final project here, like final outcome. Have a little to-do list up there, which is good because it shows them, that's the wrong way. It shows them what I was planning to do. Then here is another outcome. So after I made the clay bag, I just like looked at it and looked at the shading and stuff and did it with, this is bleach on, I think, black paint, which is very cool outcome. Oh my, everything's stuck together. Then here I'm just again showing basically the final product of what it looks like, doing some sketches again in some white pen, which looks kind of cool. And then this is the, so now we're moving on. That was year 10. That was the end of year 10. This is the summer of year 10. So we've done our first year of GCSE art. This is the plan for it, I think. Yeah, this is just the plan. It's got a lot of colour swatches and stuff, which is good. Ow, my face. Oh, this shows my old room a bit. That's cool. So this was my koi fish and mushroom canvases that I used to have up in my room. But yeah, I really liked them. They looked quite good. They're not the most detailed things ever, but here's more of them here. And I really like it being on the black card. It just makes them pop a bit more with the colours. And you just got to write a little bit about them and stuff. So that was 2 canvases. That was, so yeah, so for the hot summer work I did 2 canvases. Then Then I also did this skateboard design. It's got like a wave and a koi fish on it. It's just what it'd be like on the skate deck and stuff. And I just talked a little bit about what would be on there. And then I showed like the camp. I don't know why I decided to put myself in there. got long brown hair. No, let's not talk about that. Anyway, this is just showing like the vibe I wanted to be vibey, apparently. I wanted to show my art with my vibe. Anyway, so this was the other skateboard I did a mushroom design. And I'm pretty sure that was all I did for summer. So, yes. So, for the summer project of year 10, I did 2 canvases and 2, like, card pieces. Then this was the first project I was thinking about when coming back. It was the koi fish project, which I'll show here. It was a clay piece, which was... it's so heavy. So this clay piece was just in like developing my ideas and developing my skills that I learned from the bag projects and stuff. So here's just like loads of steps of me showing like cutting out and everything. And then, then it's going back to like a mandatory thing we had to do. We're talking about monochrome chalk studies now. So we had to make this person in just, that's just kind of good. In just monochrome. So again, just developing our things. And then, okay. So that koi fish project you just saw, I come back to that at the end of my book, but I had to stop doing it for now because we had to do some things like we were supposed to, that was on like the curriculum and stuff. So now we're moving on to the unusual angles topic. Well, this is just like the research page. I did some sketches, copied some people's photography and stuff like that. And then, this is an interesting page. This is my own unusual angles photos. I have long hair. Interesting. Anyway, let's move on from that page. Then here, just talking about it. Here are some more photos, and here's my first outcome. It's of this photo. It's quite small. It's quite nice. I like it a lot. I just talk about it a bit. And this thing is going into my face. Ugh. We continued. Oh, here's a big, but hang on. It's fine. When we come on to that. Here is more unusual angles. Oh my, okay. And this is painting studies, I think. You just put paint on something and you put something over it, you know. And then here was my final outcome, I think, for the unusual angles. It's this thing here. I've got the bigger version over there that I'll show you, but this is just the one I had to put in my book. Ugh. There we go. We're back to the koi fish project. This is part 2. And this was me thinking of the stand I was going to put the koi fish on, which worked out really well, actually. I really like the stand that it went with it. It went with it really well. Then this is me showing my final koi fish clay project, just showing it like on the stand and stuff, and me writing an evaluation about it. Always write evaluations about your work. They love you talking about your own work. It's so hard, but talk about your work so much. And this was just like a little skit. What's that? These fish look a bit interesting, but it's just me showing a sketch of what my final thing was. I can't hold my own book. So annoying. Oh no. Okay, listen. I just want to say, I was going through, I'm a Dream S&P fan, but I think I was a bit too of a Dream S&P fan at the time. So, we moved on to skin tone. It's George not found. It's just George not found, but it gets worse. It's big George not found. And this is just a little description about him and how I did the work. Which way am I going in my book? My book is so confusing. Then we had to we just like cut up some, like a photo, and we continued to just like work on skin tone and stuff. That eye is, should have done it in grey instead of black. It's fine, but it's definitely interesting. Oh, it gets worse. Right, okay, let's just, I did the crew boys. Wow. Did Sapnap, I did Dream, I did Carl, I did Quackity. Wow. At least I'm bringing my own interests into my artwork, you know. And then this was just an artist research on unusual angles. We just researched some things, got some photos, wrote about their work and stuff, which is always good. Ugh, goodness. And then, this is an interesting page. This was going back to the unusual angles, I think. I'm guessing. I don't really know. It's my photography from it, like the ideas. I think this is leading to my final project, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is my final project of year 11 now, I think. So, this is the photo I decided I was going to use. I can't move it. Ugh. And then, what is this? Planning / trying ideas. Yeah, okay. So here, I'm deciding whether I want to draw it on a skateboard. I'm also talking about how this links to, like, unusual angles and how it links to, like, identity and stuff. So I'm talking about how it's a lot of like mental health issues revolved around eating and throwing away food and stuff like that. That's what I did for this. Oh, goodness. I think something fell out of this page. I don't know what fell out of that page, but it's fine. Actually, I think I do. It's alright though. Here's just another photo of it, I think. And Right, so I did just casually miss 2 pages in my book. But I still got a grade 9, I still got like all the marks, so it's fine. Right, I was supposed to take this out of my book before I handed it in. This is a Valorant agent. I was supposed to take that out of my book before I submitted my book. It's fine though. So that was my entire book. My entire A3 book. So now we'll move on to the A4 book. I only did this A4 book because I ran out of room in my A3 book. So most of you probably won't even do this. But this was talking about personal perspective, which I think linked to that skateboard design thing. So it's kind of cute. I did a backwash of tea staining and stuff, which is quite cute. And I wrote how the inside is, how the outside looks. Yeah, so it's just talking about like sitting on the bin and stuff, how they might look fine, but everything like that. Interior versus exterior. Then here I don't really know what's happening here. Seem to have killed a fish. Interesting. Ah, no! I know what this book was about. This book was linking to my hoodie. So that makes so much more sense. So my ribcage hoodie, it's talking about how like, I think it's talking about like anorexia and stuff like that. So it's talking about how they might look fine on the outside, but on the, like, 'cause they're just wearing big clothes and stuff, but on the inside they're really skinny, like you can see here. This is like a typical ribcage, and this is like a more skinny one. I know that's not how it works, but it's for art, it's fine. It's alright. We won't look too deeply into it. I actually had a lot of pages in this, I didn't even realise then. I don't really know what's going on here. I think I was just like playing with ideas and stuff. Here I'm going on to more doing like ribcage designs and stuff. I think that was a oil pastels or something. And then, here, my original design was going to be koi fish weaving into a ribcage because I wanted to link like the koi fish and stuff back into my final project, but I did end up doing, but just not with anything like that. And then here, I just did some, this is a drawing, like a sketch of one of my final outcomes. I did like an acrylic painting on a bit of cardboard. So that was the koi fish for my final project thing. And then here are just more koi fish designs that I didn't end up using. Then what is this? There we go. Here is the ribcage hoodie. Why do I look like that? I'll probably if I ever react to my YouTube videos, I'll be like reacting to me, reacting to that, being like, ugh, and I'll say like, ugh, about me, reacting to, it's fine. It's too much effort, I can't be bothered to explain it. Here are more photos. Wow, look at me go. Wow. Anyway, this was dark room study. We just had to do it. It's just one of the things you have to do to just show skill level and stuff. And then this is the thing I was talking about. I was improving my koi fish design from the year 10 outcome. So I did that here. So that's all of this book. And now the A5 books, like the A5 sketchbooks, like the little ones, I have 3, don't have them with me. So when I show them, I won't be like showing them up like this because like otherwise I'd be wearing a different outfit and it would like ruin the entire video. Also my makeup would probably be different, so it wouldn't look very good. So I'll just show that like on the table. But that's fine. I'll just do like a little voiceover and stuff. Hi guys, so I finally got my sketchbooks back and it has been like a month and a half since the last clip. It's now like halfway through January and I finally got them back now. So that's why my hair's different. Also, I just got my Sapnap merch hoodie that I posted on a TikTok. It's so cool. But yeah, anyway, so I finally got my books back. It took ages to get these things. You don't even understand the pain. But yeah, so I did 3. So I'm just going to get straight into it because this video is already long enough as it is. The first one, I did an entire one of these sketchbooks on the Dream SMP in year 10. I got GCSE marks for doing the Dream SMP. So this is this book. It's just like the first one. I think this was in year 10 or something. But it's crazy how I got marks for this. And I don't know what I was doing here. I'm going to move my microphone. Yeah, I got a new microphone. That's what I was going to say. But I don't really know what's going on here. It's just some really weird stuff. We didn't have anything like specific we had to do in here. I put a lot of effort into these ones as well. Like I don't even know why I put so much effort into these. But look, I just did little cutout things and stuff. But this was just basically you could just do whatever you wanted to. So I did a lot of Dream SMP stuff in this book. And I got marks for it, so that's definitely something. I should what I want to do is I want to do a video of like recreating my old art and stuff, because some of this is definitely interesting. Like what is that? I don't even know, but these are definitely Join Kinoko Kingdom. Right, okay. Okay. I was really proud of my Dream SMP, like era there. I was like, look at me go, guys. Dream SMP. Anyway, that's the only good stuff in that book, because the last couple of pages was just Christmas presents for family and stuff, so you don't really need to see that. This is the second book I did. It's got art was found on the front, George not found and all of that. I don't really know. I think I was forced to do this book because I wanted to draw mushrooms, and my teacher was like, you have to do actual mushrooms instead of just like the other ones you saw previously. So I did an entire book on mushrooms. Wait, no, that's a lie. Okay. I did nothing in this book. There's like a demonic drawing in the back of that. I'm just going to leave that to the side. Don't really know what's happening there. And then this was the final book. This book was in year 11 around GCSE time. And this is when I started to I wanted to learn how to draw like bodies and stuff. So it's going through it. I'm better at drawing bodies now, but I don't really know what's happening in this book. It's definitely something. Oh wow, I did the TikTok thing. Look at me go. But yeah, this is definitely an interesting book. I started making like people and stuff. If I was going to do the thing of recreating old art, I'd want to do this again, because this is kind of cool. This is definitely interesting. I think this is my plan for like my final project. Oh, look at the queen go. Look at him go. God damn, I'm so good at drawing and just general. Wow, this is a really scary book. And then that's the end of it. Okay, so yeah, those were the books I was waiting for. That was literally it. So yeah, that is all my work from GCSE year. I don't think I did that much. I think I definitely did more than you necessarily need to, because as long as your piece, you have to do a set amount of pieces, of course, but as long as they're really good and really in depth, you don't have to do that many. So for like the year 10 summer, I did 2 canvases and 2 like card things. I probably could have I don't think I would have had to do the card things at all, to be fair, because 2 canvases is amazing, to be fair. But I don't think I even would have had to do that. I think I would have been good with 1 canvas. But yeah, that's everything I did. You don't have to do that much. I'm just a try hard and want to make everything perfect because, whatever. So you don't have to do that much, but it's quite fun. Like, GCSE art isn't too hard. It is, if you don't really like art, it is a lot of work if you just don't do it for fun. But I would recommend GCSE art. It's quite fun. So yeah, that's everything I did. And as I said, I don't know if I said, I can't even remember. I'm in art college now. So when I get to the end of the first year, I'll be doing another video like this showing like what I did my first year of art college. So you can hopefully see the improvement from this awful art. I'm crying just looking at it, but it's fine. We won't talk about it. Anyway, yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. I don't know. I have a Twitch. You should follow my Twitch, But thank you for watching, I guess. Goodbye.